Okay, it's time now for our Perspective segment, and this Thursday the world is celebrating sexual and gender diversities on the International Day against homophobia, transphobia and biphobia. Homosexuality is still very much a taboo issue across Africa, and gay men and women are frequently persecuted there. To give us her take on this, we're joined now in the studio by the lawyer Alice Nkom, who's long been fighting to get homosexuality decriminalised in her home country of Cameroon. You're also about to receive a very special prize from the French Ambassador for Human Rights at the National Assembly in France later today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being with us here on France 24.
Thank you so much to allow me to be here.
You're very welcome. Now, first of all, if you look at a world map of countries that still ban homosexuality, the vast majority are still in Africa. Why is that, do you think?
I think there is a, because I think where religion is getting more and more space, you are having homosexuality banned. And this is a phenomenon you can observe today in Africa. Religious are very bad against homosexuality. And because of the poverty, large poverty in these countries in Africa, and because of the lack of democracy in these countries. This is why homosexuality is more and more banned in this country in Africa. But I was so happy to know that I'll be here today to receive this prize of Idaho, Prize of Liberty, this out 2018, and this is a very significant, moment, because it makes me hope that in the future we will have the universal decriminalization of homosexuality. And I was also very happy to know that the British Prime Minister, Mrs. Theresa May, spoke about this issue in the opening of Commonwealth Conference last time. And she asked all the members to try to do something for that. It's a very good lane, a very good path to the international universal decriminalization of homosexuality.
Just on that point, talk us through the work that you've been doing for many years now with your associations to try and get homosexuality decriminalised in many parts of Africa.
This is
just what have you been doing? What have your associations
been
doing?
I'm trying to help people who are in very good difficulty with the law, because we have the law that criminalize sexual relationship with between adults, consented adults, which is called homosexuality in Cameroon. It is very bad because this prevent people from their right to get to health and to life, because they are so criminalized by the country. They are in a sort of apartheid. Because all the country, the law, the legislative, the executive power, the judicial are just against them, and they cannot get benefit of what we have today to fight HIV.
And you've made a very important point in the past, that it's not just governments in Africa that are against or are hostile to the gay community. You've made the point that homophobia actually stems from the home and from schools.
From the home, from schools, from churches, because you cannot prevent people to get their religion to pray. But when they go there, they are just put aside and discriminated. And this is not good, because today the homosexual gay people in Cameroon, they don't have anywhere they can go. Because everywhere.
But critics might say that homophobia is so deep-rooted in Cameroon and in Africa that it's now maybe too late to try and make any kind of difference. What would you say to those critics of your work?
We can still have means to make the difference. We can still have a lot of work to do, but we can succeed. Because when I started in maybe 15 years ago, I can see that things are changing. The eye people are looking at me is changing. They now know what is exactly about homosexual. They know that, they are starting to know that human rights is LGBT rights. LGBT rights are human rights. and that in our country, the law, the national law, is against the international law, which we are committed to improve in our country. So they are trying to understand that today my struggle is not only a struggle from Westerners who support me. It is a real problem of a state of law. They should take this issue and try to do something in our country. And everybody must fight for that, because it is about human rights. It is about everybody. This is why this kind of occasion I have today to come to Paris to have this kind of prize is just one of the tool I need to maybe to impact more when I am back in Cameroon.
We just have time for a final question. On this Thursday's International Day against homophobia, transphobia and biphobia, what is your personal message to the Cameroonian government and to other governments across Africa that still ban homosexuality?
To my own country, what I want to say, I'm addressing Mrs. Bia, who is the ambassador of UN/AIDS, and I am asking her to take this issue with her and to try to help us to his husband, our president, to remove this law, because it's again our values in Cameroon, our laws, international laws, we are bound with, and to help us to make this understand that maintaining this law against homosexuals in Cameroon is going against their right of life and right to health. And this is what I want to address to my country, especially to our Excellency Ambassador Mrs. Bia, First Lady of Cameroon.
Okay, Alice Nkom, an activist and a lawyer fighting to get homosexuality decriminalised in Cameroon. Thank you so much for coming in to talk to us. You're very welcome.
Excuse me for my English.
It's perfect. Don't worry. Thank you so much for coming in.
I still have to improve.
No, you're doing very, very well. Thank you for coming in to talk to us. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Thank you.